Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to do back bends. We're going to do fish pose and bridge pose. Nowadays, in yoga, they call back bends heart openers. I think they got rid of the name back bends because they sound like you're hurting your back. So they changed the name to heart openers because when you bend back, this area, your heart area, is open, which helps to reduce tension in the muscles of the chest. In any case, if you have trauma or a lot of sadness or a lot of grief, these muscles may be tight because when we're in that state of mind, we usually have a collapsed chest. We feel so sad. So by opening up, we can stretch out and release some of that tension. So I hope this is helpful. And if you have back issues, you may have to skip bridge pose or do a very gentle modification of bridge pose. So let's get started. Today you're going to need a blanket or a towel. And you can put this video on pause while you go get your towel or blanket. Okay. Now let's prepare for fish pose. We're not going to do it yet. We're just going to prepare the blanket or towel by folding the towel or blanket in half and then rolling it up. So if you have a towel, you can fold it probably one more time. I'll show you the end result and let you decide. You're going to roll so that it looks like this. And I'll go ahead and take a moment to demonstrate fish pose while I'm here. So you place it down and just watch for a second. Again, we're going to do this at the end of class. And I'm going to put my shoulder blades, my upper back, over this, right on it, with my armpits on the back side of it. So again, shoulder blades, head down, arms in T. This is called fish pose, and I want you to notice that the blanket is not under my waistline. Again, this is a heart opener, so we're opening up the top of the vertebrae. Afterwards, we're going to roll to the side, lift up the elbow, take your blanket out, and roll to your back for bridge pose. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate bridge pose while I'm here. Notice my feet are in line with my hips, and my feet are not pigeon-toed out. My arms are down to my sides. I'm going to engage my core by pressing my lower back into the mat. And then I'm going to lift my lower back, but keep that engagement. Okay, I am in bridge pose. Again, if you have lower back problems, you could do a very baby bridge or a shorter bridge, however you want to describe it. If you feel a little flexible, you can add a shoulder opener by interlacing the fingers. Palms face each other, kind of rolling up onto the shoulders. You can even lift the heels. Some of you are very flexible and you can bend the elbows, holding onto the hips. You can even lift one leg up. There are many variations of bridge pose. Okay. Again, this is going to come later in the class. For now, please sit down, crisscross legs, and we're going to take a moment to warm up your neck. Because as you notice, you're going to be putting a little bit of pressure on the neck and using this area. Ready? Let's go ahead with head rolls, drawing the chin towards the chest. And rolling the head to the side. So ear towards shoulder. Chin towards chest again. And ear towards shoulder. Please repeat this on your own. You can even roll the head all the way around. Or you can even do diagonal movement, I'm sorry, not diagonal, lateral movements, ear towards shoulder on each side. Last breath or two. Head starts to move to center, and we'll add shoulder rolls, rolling the shoulders up to your ears, back and down. You may want to reverse these rolls. Finishing with back and down. And then we're going to twist. So we're going to twist to one side, it won't matter, looking over that shoulder to incorporate the cervical spine. Center, other side, turn the head. Let's do that again on each side. And the next time you come to center, the hands will go to the knees or shins. For seated, spinal flex is leaning way back, chin towards chest, making a lot of space in the upper back. Center, and then leaning forward, drawing the shoulder blades together or towards each other, lifting the chin. They don't touch together. In any case, going back and forth a few more times to warm up the vertebrae. Okay, we're going to go to center, bringing the arms out in T, and then making a V. And when you make a V, really lift up. Lift up out of the waistline. Last breath, inhale through your nose, please. Exhale, make W's with, or a W with your arms. And you're kind of taking your arms backwards to open the chest. Side bends. We're almost done with the warm-ups. Okay. Next time you come to center, the arms will come down and the legs will come in front with bent knees. On week 2 or day 2, we did a stretch for your upper back, the muscles between your shoulder blades, and I would like to repeat that stretch. So the right hand goes to the floor, pick up the right foot, left hand crosses over, holding onto the pinky toe side of the foot. And remember, you're going to gently press the foot away from you and pull back at the same time. Some resistance. I want to remind you that you can start to lower the heel or open the leg outward. You can turn to look down at your armpit. And if you remember, you're making these little adjustments or these little movements to find the place where you feel the most stretch. Okay. Okay, we're going to release. Maybe roll out the shoulder, head, and then we'll do the other side. Hand to the floor, opposite hand across, left foot, push the foot away. Make it your own. And and release. Okay, our first back bend is with crisscross legs. And we're going to reach up with the right arm, and then you're going to reach behind you. Fingertips touch the floor. Left arm, same thing, up, back, fingertips touch the floor. You can stay on the fingertips or palms down. You can drop the head only if that's comfortable for you. To come out, you're going to start with the belly. Don't jerk your head up. We want you to be careful with your neck. So roll your navel towards your spine. Kind of hunch the spine. Push off with the hands. Reach up. Reach down. Hands come behind the body for a shoulder opener. Interlace your fingers. Straighten your elbows. We're going to release and repeat this sequence, but start with the left arm up and back, right arm up and back. Stay where you are while I flip around. Remember to come out carefully and at your own pace. And this time we're going to move forward onto the hands and knees. Hands come in front of you. Hands and knees. We're going to move right into downward facing dog by tucking the toes under, lifting the knees. My microphone fell out. Couple more breaths. And child's pose will follow. The next back bend or heart opener we're going to do is lying down on the belly. Thighs are together. You've done this before. Cobra. Thighs are together, knees are down, hands are under the shoulders. Chest is lifted, neck nice and long. Don't drop your head down. You can stay here, or you can lift up into an upward facing dog with straight elbows. I want to remind you that Sphinx pose is available, bent elbows. And you actually have time to do all of them. You can start with Sphinx, move into Cobra, up dog. Now that you're getting used to yoga, I want you to know that you don't need the teacher to describe every single little detail. There is room for your own creative movement. And then, of course, after I say that, I'm ready for you to try a more advanced locust pose. So you come down, and we're going to do, basically it's cobra or locust with a shoulder opener. So thighs are together. Tops of the feet are on the floor. And you're going to come down and interlace your hands together. Palms face each other. Interlace, straighten your elbows, and lift up your chest. If this doesn't work out for you, maybe arms in T for airplane pose. Tops of the feet stay on the mat the whole time. Last breath. No matter where you are, you're going to lie down on your belly and relax. And I really want you to relax here. I've described this before, where you want the muscles of the back to now soften. So relax your belly, relax your lower back. Let the legs flop out to the sides. And we'll take 2 breaths into the belly. Inhale, slowly let the belly expand. Exhale. One more time. When you're ready, child's pose will follow. Or you can do a diagonal child's pose. Again, there's room for creative movement in your yoga practice. Remember that when you take a yoga class, it's your practice. I mean, you don't want to go off the charts doing your own thing. You could do that at home. But there's room to add a little stretch here or stretch there to accommodate your body. Okay, we're going to go into fish pose. So get that rolled blanket or towel that you prepared. And you don't want to sit too close to it, because if I were to put my hips really close, it's not going to work out. It's going to be around my waistline. So you want to scoot away from it a bit. And remember, it's these bones. They're going to go on the blanket. The first time you do this, so if you've never done this before, the first time you do this, it feels really, really weird. We're not used to taking the thoracic spine in extension. We're used to going forward. A lot of students like this pose. Now, when you first get back, like I said, it feels weird, so you may be holding a lot of tension in the ribs. So take an inhale through your nose, and like you're exhaling through a straw, blow it out. And that will automatically soften your rib cage. Okay. Do the best you can to relax the shoulders and arms out into T. And now soften your belly. The next thing you want to do is bring your attention up to your face. And you want to relax your jawline or jaw joints. To do this, you can just separate the upper and lower teeth ever so slightly. And you're welcome to close your eyes. About 10 more breaths. So staying a little longer. want to remind you how to come out. All you're going to do is log roll over to one side. And when you get there, you're going to come up on the supporting elbow and slide that blanket out. You're all finished with it, or towel. Roll to your back. Bend the knees for bridge pose. Lining up the heels with the sit bones. Feet are parallel, they are not pigeon-toed out. Arms come down to your sides, palms down. Nice long neck. Make a lot of space between the shoulder blades. Upper back is wide. Gently press the lower back to the floor to engage the core. Keep that engagement in the belly. Start to lift the hips. Remember, do what's comfortable for you. I know you're going to want to turn your head to look at me on the screen, but it's best that you don't. That's why I demonstrated at the beginning. When you turn your head and lift your hips at the same time, you're bearing pressure on your neck, and you could actually hurt yourself. So try to keep your nose pointed to the ceiling. You can come down at any time you'd like. Or if you want a little more, you can get the heels really close to your body. Bend your elbows. Lift your hips even higher. Another variation is to do a shoulder opener. Another variation is to lift the heels. In my demo, I lifted one leg to the ceiling. That's normally only done if you're holding the hips to support your lower back. This is our last breath. Coming down, you want to start at the top of the vertebrae. We're all in different variations of bridge pose, so take your time coming down. And because you were bearing pressure on the back of the head, back of the neck, it might feel good to roll your head to each side after you're down. You can do windshield wipers or hug the knees in. Again, you have a little wiggle room for movements that feel good to you in your yoga practice. And no matter where you are, we're going to finish with a twist. So I'm going to ask all of you to hug your knees in. Nose pointed to the ceiling. Keeping the knees at the chest, open the arms into T. And let the knees drop to one side. It won't matter which side. Let the heels come down, the ankles come down. And allow your thighs and legs to relax. And you're going to roll your head the opposite direction of your knees. So if your knees are right, you roll the head left. And see if you can breathe into the open side of your body. Breathing deeper than you normally do, slower than you normally do. We'll start to come out by rolling the head to center, lifting the knees to the chest, and then doing the other side. Relax your arms and shoulders. Relax your thighs, your feet, and toes. Remember to take slow, deep breaths. Breathing into the open side of your body. And in your own timing, you'll roll to your back to come out. You are all finished. Goodbye.